So a week ago, my English teacher held up a black book in front of us and said, "This book is red." We responded, "No, it's not." Then again, she held up the book and said a little louder, "No, this book is red." We responded saying, "That's not right." Then she turned the book around and to our surprise, the back cover of the book was red. And then she replied, "Do not judge anybody unless and until you've seen things from their point of view. Everybody has a different perspective towards everything." Gabriel of the day, fellow Gabriels, Toastmasters and guests. A very good evening to one and all.
Good evening.
That day I realized that everybody looks at different things differently. For me, 5 plus 4 may be equal to 9, but somebody may think 6 plus 3, somebody 7 plus 2, somebody even 8 plus 1. You cannot tell them they're wrong just because they think differently. Being different, thinking differently is what makes them unique. Every day when we wake up, we get 2 choices in life. One, to seize the day and grab in everything that comes in the day and look at everything positively. That is a positive approach. And second, to look at everything that happens with a dull, routine perspective. Look at everything that happens and take it in a bad way. That is a negative perspective. Well, a negative perspective is not always healthy for you. In life, we can't solve problems with the same perspective we use to create them. Like that, you will never go far in life because bad perspective means a bad and a healthy mind, and that's never good. So many times we come across stressful situations where we feel we're not suitable for it, where we feel we're not good enough. What if I fail? I'm just scared. I'm just stressful. Well, what if you do succeed? What if you can do it? The circumstances of our life depend on not our happiness, but on the sense of control we feel over our lives. Well, there was an experiment conducted 2 years ago where we put two dogs in a box, and the box has an electric floor. Well, whenever the dog stands, an electric shock is applied. But the only difference is that one dog has an electric button next to it, and when they press it, the electric shock stops. But the other dog, they did not have it. This shows that both of the dogs had the same amount of pain applied to them. But the first dog was happy because the dog could stop it, and the second dog could not. The first dog was happy, content, but the second dog completely lapsed into depression. We may not be in control of all the things of our lives, but that does not mean that makes us sad. Some things are just out of control for us. That does not mean that everything is to be looked at with a bad perspective. Simply move on, think about the things that happened in the past, because they happened for the good reasons. One of the most common examples for people with different perspectives and different points of views is a glass of water. It's half filled with water. What do we see? Different people see different things. Well, a pessimistic may see it as half empty. An optimist may see it as half full. But a realist may just see it as a glass of water. Back to my point, perspective is everything. You can change your whole life just by changing your perspective. As a perspective is the reason why your life is built up to this point. Everything that happens in life is to be taken in a good manner. Actually, not possible. It's basically impossible. Because some things that happen, some situations that occur in our life are just to be taken for as a serious situation and just look upon to them and move ahead. Let's say you scored a bad grade in your test. Maybe because you studied really hard and you feel really drained out because you got a bad grade. But that does not mean you stop studying. That does not mean you give up on education. That does not mean you give up on life. Study harder the next time and practice harder. Well, you will score a better grade. You cannot look at the beauty of life. You cannot look at the beauty in everything if you see the negatives only. Somebody has said it right. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. But what if all that the beholder sees are the negative things? Well, you have to change your perspective to see what is good and what is bad. You may look at roses with thorns, but what about the beauty in the roses? What about the beauty in them? Keep a positive attitude towards everything and everything may go well. Well, many pessimists think that their life is perfect, but they're never satisfied. Well, on the other side, realists or optimists have a more successful life because they feel the need that everything that happens is good for them. John Lubbock had said something right. What we see mainly depends on what we look for. So keep a positive attitude towards life, and the things that you do will change automatically because a positive perspective is definitely a positive life. Thank you.